What's up, my people? On a new site, 24-inch culverts over there. We got 60 feet, 20 foot a pop. Culvert replacement for this driveway. Really bad, rough shape. Look at these sinkholes. Big sinkhole there. Two on here. From what I could see is someone built the bridge here out of railroad ties. Basically probably put them like this and then put a top on there across. Another sinkhole over here. So we got some exploratory. We got the 88 with the diesel compactor and the diesel tilt bucket. That will get the job done. All right, you're going down in. Tell me what you see. What's down there? Spin you around. Anything? This hole's a little tighter. There's water in there. I don't know how close we are to that water. All right, in the 88. So basically, you know, the biggest thing is getting this, opening up and crossing. We got a lot of exploratory. This could turn into a real rat's nest real quick, you know, with all this wood that's buried in here. So that's the biggest issue. Let me set this stuff. The biggest issue that I see so far. So I'm going to clear this vegetation out, and I just hope, like I said, it's only 4-foot pieces, and then that's something that we can manage, because we won't be taking so much earth out. Obviously we want to get the wood out because we don't want to have any other issues with the rotting in the future. Yeah, all right. And all the wood I'm going to set aside for another. Is this part is just plywood bridge, like it looks like, but man, a lot of debris. But one good thing, the bank is big over here. We could take the stuff that's mixed, put it here for now. We'll load it out in the dump trailer. Got Carl, this is, you guys know Carl, he got me this job, so he's gonna take care of the debris. There's water level right there. We're about 4 foot down. We're gonna need some fill in here, I'll tell you that. It's deeper. But hopefully it all breaks up like that and we're not going 8 foot wide. That was my biggest issue, is going 8 foot wide. See what happens. Yeah, they're 8 foot. Shake them loose. I'm gonna put these, we'll have them on the left, we'll have them on the right. It's gonna be a minefield, that's all there's to it. I'm gonna have to call for a load of gravel right now. I have crusher run coming to go up over the pipe, but it's not gonna be enough. All right, we're digging the driveway crossing. This is all nice shale. Gonna set it here so we can pack the pipe with that. We're not down to the wood yet. Starting to get some debris right there. Down to the wood. The wood is actually right here, and I can go under it, but I'm not gonna pick it yet. I'm gonna get it all cleaned up so we can get the majority of it out. When you're going in against the pipe, you don't want to put clean stone and all that stuff. You'd like to use the existing material to pack it into, water plug it first, and then go over the top of it with all the crusher run and stuff. So it's always good to use the existing, if you can, you know what I mean. Some jobs you can't. You're gonna have to go a little wider here than the culvert because we got that wood in there, and like I said, I think it's pretty wide. It's not 4 foot. I bet it's 8. So there's the top of an old piece of metal pipe there. See, we'll get out real quick and inspect that, clean this up. Let's get out and take a peek. Oh yeah, we got railroad ties, just like I figured. They built a little tunnel here. There's still water down in there, so we could definitely get it. I just hope that these aren't 8-footers. Like I said, they go back in, but we'll start pulling them. I mean, they pulled here nicely, but there's a different story under the driveway, but we'll get it. Oh yeah, and with the GoPro, we missed the big black animal that come out of here. I crushed into that cave area, you know, where it's big out. All I saw was this flash. It come out and it went up through them bushes and shook all the trees and went out. It was a good 40-pounder. I don't even know what it was, you know what I mean? It could have been a lynx, or not a lynx. I mean, it could be a lynx, but could have been a fisher, something like that. Definitely not a raccoon. This thing was cooking. So I'm thinking it might have been a fisher. Pretty cool. Hopefully there's no more in here and I got them trapped, but we'll work it so they go out the backside maybe. But we're almost to a 20-foot stick there. All right, I got my mark to the left, that orange mark, that's my 20-foot mark. It's a little more than 20 foot to get the other stick in so I have enough excavated. Then my gravel can come and get over the top. I'll place this stuff back down in around it, pin it. We do have some railroad ties running the lengthways. That is the bridge, you know what I mean? They made the walls of it. I'm taking the top out as I go now. So after I get the pipe in, then I will go in like right here to the left of that tooth. There's a railroad tie right here. This one's already out, but the one to the left is there. I will pull those after the pipe is in, because if you pull it now, you're going to do a lot more excavating, you know, because everything's in a cave in. So we will be able to get to it, no problem. And I will grab that, just making sure I got enough width. Once that pipe goes down in, you don't want to take it in and out, in and out. Not when you're by yourself. Of course, we're going to use a strap if we do have to pull it back out, but all right, let's pull this. They're in there, so you got to take one at a time and break them out. This side seems to come out a little easier. They're coming. At least they're coming out in whole. I'm trying not to make a mess here, but obviously you know it's going to be messy. It always is. Put this pile over here for now. Playing tic-tac-toe with this stuff, because I gotta have room for stone and I don't want to mix it. So get this over here, then I'll have another pile of ties out to my left on the lawn over there. Get this though, where we keep everything somewhat neat. Some more ties coming out. A little bit of crusher in there. Doing a final clean in the bottom here, going up in the culvert, actually into the cave, without trying to hit the top. Just dig it out, just so I don't backfill my pipe. I might just grab this one more tie right here, pull that out. It's all disintegrating. It's all disintegrating. Chunks of metal in there. You got all kinds of crazy stuff. Get out. Let's see what we got. Perfect. We're about 6 inches, about 4 to 6 inches below below where it comes in. You always want that down in the water so it sits, so it doesn't undermine that front lip. It'd be perfect. And then just got to do a little bit more cleaning up. I got the width, I believe. It's all rock under there. We got that one railroad tie right here that has to get pulled out. and some stuff right here. But you see how they're under there. I don't want to keep yanking until I get pipes in, and then I can pull it back this way. After that pipe's in, anything that falls in that's good material will go in along the pipe. Otherwise I'll have a 10-foot wide excavation here and I won't be able to track close this way. But yeah, that's plugged right off. Look at that. Look at that, huh? Oh yeah, we got a cave, water in there. We are deeper than we need to be, I think. See, they built a rock bed here, which is pretty cool, and then put ties on top. So I only got to pull back that one tie there. This tie here, that's nothing. But we're deeper than this outlet, that's for sure. I'm gonna shoot with the laser real quick just to make sure, because I don't want to stick this pipe in and have to be going uphill on the other end. Let's open this end up just so we can see what we got for water discharge depth. I'm gonna shoot with the laser the backside or the entrance. This is all plugged up with sediment. I mean, they don't want us to clean anything out. I would love to clean this whole pond out, clean the edges out, but this is water's right here. We'll have to shoot it in a bit. Alright, we got some rocks that we're gonna keep. I got my line right there about to the right of the bucket where the end of the pipe was gonna be, but I don't know if that is the end. We are gonna find out in a minute. Alright, I'm not gonna wait around. I'm gonna do what I said I wasn't gonna do and open this up. The truck's not here yet, and I shot with the laser. We're good. So I am confident we can open this up. Started draining the water out the backside. Also to the pond, like the elevations are really, as you know, because it's a pond. There's no, you know, the level's the level. There's no changing it. But I opened up this marsh here, and the water is trickling out from under us right now and heading to the pond. So the margins of error are very slim. You got to use the water as your gauge, obviously. So I just shot the pond water, shot this, and make sure we got that right, that culvert pipe right. We don't want water sitting in there. But as the pond raises up, if the discharge is plugged, then it would plug this culvert up, obviously. Or not plug it up, but just back it up. And we got some more debris. Come on. There's a big culvert, 36 inches, two of them right there. Driving by. I don't know if you guys caught that. Another horizontal. Now there's a good one. You can reuse that one. On the bulkhead here. Got wires above me, gotta watch. Got it's a little tricky right here because we got the not only the wires, but I gotta dig it like this now because the hole's too big for me to go over with my tracks to trying not to disturb too much, but the hole's too big for me to straddle, and I can't go into the swamp anymore, so I'm going to be opening it up like this right now and pulling it back to me and up. The wood. What a mess though. Huh? What a mess. Alright, it looks like we're starting to get somewhere here. The bottom's soft because all that water that was sitting in there plugged. Well, I needed to make a round bottom for that culvert to sit in. It's going to be a nightmare to get these in, I can tell you that. Even though I got it opened up, it was, you know, without the gravel here and having them dump on that first one to pin it, I don't even know how I'm going to get it together. I might have to put it all together and then roll it in. I don't know. We'll figure that part out. It would have been easier to put the one stick in and then backfill, but I wanted to make sure I had that grade right and not have to rip the culvert back up, because this end was plugged with sediment, so I had to, you know, shooting it with the laser wasn't the, you know, shooting the top of the water. That doesn't mean I had to go drop down. I had to clean this all out to get it to go to the level of the pond now, and then put it in that way. And if you're off 6 inches, you're off 6 inches, you know, so we'll get it. It's hard to do by yourself, putting these together, I know that. But I'm gonna get out, shoot grade again, and got everything consolidated. I'm gonna hand pick a couple pieces of wood and metal out. Got these bigger rocks all aside for the ends of the culvert pipe, which is nice. Set all these rocks and repurpose them. Got a nice long one right here. Get out of there. 2 long ones right here, actually. Alright, we'll check back. Alright, 10 foot's the center, measure it up. Not the best strap system I got. I got a 4-foot strap with a chain on it to extend it. Got to get the bell end facing the opposite way it is now. It's spinning as I did put it on the machine. Hey, get off the machine. Come on. Spin on out. I put 2 twists on the chain. Hopefully that will get me spun around here. Come on, spin. Spin. There you go. There you go. Spin, spin, spin. 2 twists on the chain. Once it gets close, I gotta drop it in the hole. My setup's not the best, but it's working. I got a little strap here. I got more straps in the truck. I gotta get them. Right. We gotta go over a little more. Up, 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 and over. I believe right there is good. We'll jockey it if we have to. Yes. Right there is good. Nice. Alright. Culvert pipe is in, looking good. Just taking the existing soil, sprinkling right on top of that culvert so it beds nicely. All the loose stuff will get down in, and once we get over the top of that thing, we'll compact the heck out of it. So it jiggles all around the sides. Get that piece of wood out of there. There you go. If you let it land on top of the culvert pipe, it'll give both sides and not want to roll it. You don't want to load it up on one side. You'll roll it and lift it right up. Also have your bell end facing the water flow coming in, so you can always add to it, and that flashes the pipe also. All right, man, oh man, does this filming get harder and harder every time I do it. I tell you, wearing down on me, guys. Got everything where it's got to be. But what I'm mad at, I got this pipe. I got my pipe dope. Got my mark on my pipe so I know it when it slid in. Started consolidating my rocks. for the end because I'm still waiting for a truck of gravel. Whew. And I decided to, I got my rocks here and I was doing this over here. Decided to back over the top of my brand new diesel tamper, wrecked that line, and broke this fitting. And it cocked this, but that's just a bolt. I probably could loosen, straighten that. I don't know anything in here if it got damaged. It just happened. I'm cooling down from it now and, you know, working, hustling, working. Machine's rocking. I'm on a slope, just annoyed. Trying to get it done. As I promised the homeowner one day they get the cars in and out, which isn't the end of the world because they're already out, but you know, my materials are running behind. So I'm gonna jam this pipe in now. It's just gonna be a little harder because I don't have my material to sit up on top of this. All right, that seal is nice and lubed up. Hello. Worst part is 3 times I said, I better move that. I better move that. And guess what? I did move it with the tracks. All right, in position, ready to lower it in the hole. Sliding it off the end. Can't really see it, just waiting for it to drop like so. Then I'm gonna drop this end in and go inspect it. See if I'm lined up. All right, it looks like we're lined up. We are lined up. We're just gonna give it a little jiggle to get her in to our marks. Flange is over that flange. Just gotta get to that orange mark. She's on. Sorry I missed that. She's on. Went on nice and easy. You just want to be careful when you do that. Make sure your bucket's flush and give it a nudge. If you have to really hit it hard, you put a board there, but they also make fittings. You could take a 1 foot piece, cut it off, stuff it in there, and then you'll crush that piece. But that went on easy. That pipe lube, if you don't have pipe lube, it goes on hard. You see my orange mark, perfectly covered and fit. It was 6 inch. So you just measure your bell, the depth of the bell, and then put a mark there. That way you know you're in. Now we're ready for, I'll take the rest of this road base here and just go on the edges, and I'm ready for some gravel. And then I can cover this and cover this. Now, if you have a tough time, like if I had my gravel here, I would have covered this here and set the machine here, swung it over, set the pipe with the strap and pulled it in at the same time. Then it's a little bit easier doing it that way. Then you got the weight of the machine over the culvert and all that, and you could see it. Like right there, I really couldn't see because I had the piles there. But if you were sitting here and you brought the machine, then you got it on the strap already. Once you see that bell go in, just tug it with the machine and you're good to go. All right, just taking my crusher run that was in here and sprinkling it down in like so on there, and then I'll grab some over here. Sprinkle the new pipe I did and pack that in with a shovel, and then hopefully my materials here, it's lunchtime, I might be able to run in. I'm not in my town, I'm like 4 towns over, so I'm about 45 minutes from where I have to get those hydraulic lines. I might be able to go grab them. Get that fixed so I can get this compacted. You know, you get 6, 7, 8 inches over the top of that culvert, then like to hit it with a tamper where the road area is, you know, and obviously I would hit it where the dirt is also, because I have it here. Normally you wouldn't, you just track and pack that, but last piece of stick going in. Just got back with all the parts. I already put it all back together. I was gonna cut that, but I'm gonna let that overhang for now. If they want it cut, we'll cut it afterwards. I just gotta make sure this looks like some dirt fell in the hole and got a little high there. I'm gonna go inspect it, but the tamper's all back, ready to go. The stone is still not here. It's 3 o'clock. I'm like flipping out. All right, we got her graded out in the bottom better. Got power lines above, so we get this thing set. on, don't spin on me now. Where's my guy? Where's my guy in the hole? Come on, don't spin. Yippee dippy doo. Gotta hit it off the bank a little bit. You can't drop anything down in there. I'm gonna have to use my blade. Use my blade as a taparooski. Get momentum going over. Come on. Come on. One more tap should do it. There she goes. Get in there, and once it gets close, she starts to rotate. The chain might be taparooski. Get in there. Nice. Look, you guys can't see it, but I'm looking over here to the right, where I'm trying to guide that in. Right there and down, down. Alright, I'm gonna release that. I'm gonna give this just a little jiggle tap. This is real soft. She'll go where you need it to go. And then over here, give a little roly-poly. She's gotta be right there. Come on, stay. Stay. Now, I'm gonna have to go down here and tap. We're on top of rocks. Tap this in. I don't think that's lined up over there yet. Oh, she is starting to go. Alright, now I'm holding you one hand and I'm going to whack it with the bucket. There she goes. She's in. Give it another tap. Once you start to see her flex like that, you know she's in. The orange is gone. Looking good. Alright. Culverts are all in. Everything's good. Triple checked before I started backfilling. Just taking some of the more of this driveway material, throwing it on the top for bedding. Still no sign of any type of gravel or crusher run. I just called again, 4th time today. I even called this in last week. You know, they said just 6 drivers called in sick this morning. Whatever. It is what it is. So I'll make a little ramp so I can get down there and I can get the rest of those ties out. Gotta dig this out anyway to get the ties, so whatever. Got the compactor fixed, we'll just do some compacting, but the reason why I'm frustrated is because I promised the homeowner it would be a 1-day crossing, and it could possibly turn into 2. Who knows? I don't like that. If I tell somebody something, that's what I stick by. Another one. There she is. Come on. There it is. They're breaking up. They're breaking up. Somebody. Tires are gone. Let's take the rest of this crusher, go on the other side of the pipe where the ties were, level it out and hit it with the compactor, shake it real good up so it gets all in around that pipe. Some good rock right here. Can't save them all, but try to save some to go around that culvert afterwards. Okie dokie. The trucks are on their way, so we are going to get compacting. Look at that go down. That's nice. You don't get compaction like that with a jumping jack that instant. Woo! That's why I was so mad when I broke it this morning. Because this is what I bought it for you. And then I didn't get to use it. I was like, what? I did bend that little plate though, where those hydraulic lines are coming out. That's bad. But I can fix that. Man, that's nice. So we'll get this compacted like so, and get back with you when the truck comes, because I'm sure my GoPro is gonna die because it doesn't like me anymore. We got our gravel here all compacted in, really nice. That jiggled that down in 8 inches. It dropped. I'm just about right down to the top of the pipe. We'll let this gravel go in there. This is real good select process gravel. And then crusher's coming right behind it. Nice. Starting to come together now. Diesel tilt bucket on there. Take this gravel, feed it in around the pipe. Then I'll compact it again. Then my crusher run will come. That will make me happy. Alright, just clean it up as I go, because the crusher run's going to be next, and that could be piled right in the same spot, which would be perfecto. Right on down and out. Crusher runs here, just taking the rest of this gravel, going over the culvert, making a notch, tracking it in as it goes too. Just straddling the culvert. It's working fine. I'll probably leave it a foot low where the driveway is, so we have a foot of crusher in that area. Like I said, we'll have enough, and then I could use the dirt down here anyways. Quick charge on the GoPro. Look at the way this tamper tamps, huh? Rock. I never used it on dirt. I just used it on the stone since I bought it when I did that job down in Wyndham. But boy, that is some compaction. When I'm jiggling over here, this whole pile was rolling. That's how much pressure it is. And I love that you can go at angles. You can get all these slopes perfect. It's gonna work out nice. Woo! See what we got. Man, that smells like creosote. Got a lot done since the last time I filmed with you guys. Everything's compacted. You saw the gravel, and then I shot this in, compacted this right where, just where the road is. The rest is just skimmed. But where the culvert crossing is, I meant. But everything's good. I took the existing soils, scraped them together, get it all blended to where it needs to be. All that's left now is place these rocks around here for some erosion. Some rocks there just for dress up. Really, there's not going to be no erosion on that end. Topsoil, seed, and then mulch hay. Obviously, get rid of these. Got a dump trailer. Going to load them into most likely. Bring them to the dump. And then, yeah, this one will be done, but that's a lot of work for one guy, I tell you. Those two full culverts, they went in nice, don't get me wrong. You got to have technique, blah, blah, blah. They just snap together, but, you got to push them together. And when it's 90 degrees, they go together real good. You do that in the wintertime, that bell end will fight you so bad. So I think that being so hot, they went in wicked easy for me. But, yeah, everything's looking good, shaped up pretty good. Grade with the excavator, obviously. Not a skid steer, but looking good. Got a nice crown to it. All right, loading out the debris. Max says, yeah, do that. He likes it when I grade it out. We got Max seeding. Give a nice healthy coat, bud. Stay in that area a little longer. Go to the right more. You're missing that. There you go. Go right around your edges, then we'll get the center. Slow it down a little bit so you get more coverage. This all worked out pretty good. We got both sides spread really thick because we had more topsoil. This is like 8 inches thick. Gives a lot less slope. This gives him a better yard than what he had here before. So keep letting her out, bud. It's a good thing it's white, and the black white, that's a little thick right there. White seed. And all right, we got a refill.